Mm. Okay, guys, what's going on? How's everybody doing today? Good. So I guess we could just get right into it. Show you how this stuff works. Let me see you get this fixed right here. Okay, good. Oh, all right. So good, guys. How's everybody? All right. Let's see here. So let's just jump right into it. All right. While you're not manifesting correctly, right? And how you can go about fixing, or we're saying fixing that stuff. Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? Good morning, good morning. Hey, hey. From all over the globe. Really appreciate you guys as well, you know. Uh-huh. Greetings, greetings, greetings. So listen, I want to start off. So let me ask you, because you're here because you want to create something, and you may be struggling, right? So why is it that you're not manifesting, or you think you're manifesting correctly, but you're not? So feedback, why? Because today I'm going to teach you how to fix it so that you can be on your way to manifest more of whatever you want, man. You want to win the lottery, you can do it too. You want to own your business, you want to start up. Whatever it is, you want to create the abundance, all that good stuff. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. You just have to learn something that no one is teaching you, that they don't want to teach you. I'm teaching it to you. And if you learn this like I learned it, that's how I won the lottery. Aha. And it trips a lot of people out when I talk and I say, yeah, I won the lottery. Okay, cool, man. And I won it again. Huh? And I won it again. Huh? And I won it again. What? Huh? Bro, that's impossible. Nothing is impossible, as you will soon learn as we jump in and begin. So look, the first thing that I want to touch on, I'll go to my little notepad here, is I want you to understand one fundamental. I want you to write this down, because this will definitely help you, okay? I want you to write this down. Okay. According to quantum physics, if you have two options or two decisions and you choose one, the universe will split. Ready for this? The universe will split up into another universe where the other option was chosen. Okay? Want me to repeat that again? Write it down. This is the secret how I won the lottery. This is the secret how I manifest everything in the world. This is the secret to all reality. I'll repeat it again. According to quantum physics, if you have two options and you choose option A, you have A and B, you choose option A, the universe will split into another universe where option B is chosen, and it's running parallel and simultaneously right to you. The equations say that up. That's how I was able to win the lottery. I was in option A. Universe said, okay, what do you want, Mark? The lottery. Option B. I chose to win the lottery. I was in that universe. And there's a universe where I didn't win the lottery. That's the quirky world of the quantum states. All right. So let's talk about how to fix your well, you got the key, how to fix your vibration. All right. Yo, this is a great question right here. This is a good one here. Someone asked this, says, look at people who win millions. None of them practice any of this. What my friend don't understand is, I'm glad you asked that question. I'm going to break it down to you. I'm going to tell you, of course, they practice all of this. You are practicing all of this right now. What people fail to understand, and this is a good teaching method for all of you. What people fail to understand, guys, is that they think they operate in a one dimension of mindfulness. They think in their conscious, but in their subconscious, they operate on another level. So for people who win millions in the lottery, Of course they practice. You know why they practice all of this? Because they make a decision. If you play the lottery, you have split the universe. So you practice all of this. It's a decision. If I decide to play the lottery, I could win. Those people that won millions, they have to decide to play. And I guarantee you when they play, they think they think it's possible for them to win. Hence, the universe splits off to where that happens. So boom, there you go, my friend. You're practicing this right now. You don't even know it. See? Ignorance is bliss. Can't be ignorant. You have to be consciously aware. Okay? So we'll get that. Hopefully that he can get that one and understand that one. You're always manifesting whether you know it or not, because you always operate on 2 levels. All right, the next thing you got to know before I teach you how to fix your manifestation, okay? Very important. You are 1% stuff or matter. You're only 1% matter. You are 99% spirituality, consciousness. Or let's get into the quantum world for people out there who don't understand this. Oh, this guy is metaphysics. Okay, this guy taught me some science. Okay, so let's get into the scientific thing. You are 99% a wave. Okay? For those who want to understand the science. But what is a wave? A wave is a probability of all existence, because we know that there is an infinite probability of existence. Okay, now you got that. You are 1% what? Matter, real stuff, physical, perceived stuff. And get this. This is why you could only see 1% of reality. 99% of it is hidden. But here's the thing. You're 99% consciousness or spiritual. You're a spiritual being experiencing this stuff. Okay, so you get that one. So then let's go to the big picture to help you to understand this stuff. I'm going to show you how this stuff works. Good morning. All right. Yes, Mark has a video with lottery winner and YouTube Timothy Schultz. 10 out of 10. Yeah, recommend. Watch that video. Yeah. Good. Someone says, Michael says, I never won over 500 bucks. Well, again, that's what you're thinking about. You're thinking like, why haven't I won over? Why can't I win? Why can't? The universe is going to split and give you more of what you think about. Guys, it's your subconscious at work. You deal with logical mind. That's why I always say to you, don't focus on what you don't want. Why don't you just focus on what you want? Be appreciative. This is a tricky game, man. If they don't teach you this, so you're using your logical mind, man. You got to stop doing that. All right, so let's get into this, man. Let's get into this, people. Let's get into this, chosen ones. All of you spiritually attuned beings out there. Let me put on my matrix, get out of the matrix shades because the sun's getting in my eyes here, so we can get this lesson rolling. All right. Here's an important factor. In order for you to create anything you want, you have to be in a constant state of being. You have to emit a constant emotion. So here's what happens. Your thoughts are like electricity. They start up the car. Boom. Your emotions are the magnetism that makes the car drive. Get what I'm saying? So thoughts and emotions, they create the fuel from what we call this field. That's the 99%, what they call the unified field. 99% just nothing. Okay? So listen to this. So the reason why you may not be manifesting correctly, guys, is are you tuned to the emotion you're putting out constantly? And listen to this. Think about this. Think about this. The universe just is. Listen. Everything just is. The universe doesn't have any emotion. You need to have no emotion to manifest quickly, easily, and effortlessly. What? Bro, you lost me. This guy's telling me I have to have no emotion? Yes. But man, all the other teachers said I have to be happy, joy, all that. That's an emotion. The universe doesn't have any emotion, people. We create emotions. But yes, let me make it make sense for you. There is, if you want to call it an emotion, let's call it an emotion. It is a state of being. Let's call it an emotion. This is the state of being you need to be into. You need to be into a state of nothingness. Okay? a state of emptiness consistently to manifest what you want. This is what's stopping you. See, what happens is, I'm going to explain to you what that state is. Listen now. The universe doesn't work with emotions. Everything just is. Everything is just happening. We determine the state. Now, if you can match the state of the universe, which it just is, think about that. If you match that state, because you are a magnetic vibrational being, you are that particle, you are part of the universe. So if you match what the universe is matching, what do you think will happen? Common sense. If I match what I want to match, it has to come into my field. Look, you see the light from the sun? You see that? That's a field. See that right there? Our eyes can see the visible light. It comes in just like that, just like the sun glaring. Look, I go like that. See the glare? Boom. It comes into my eye. Look, I'm in, I'm out of the field. I'm in the field, I'm out of the field. Okay? So if I could match what the universe, my friend says it. You cut to the chase. Who's this here? Let's get into this. Lemore, hey. The emotion that you need to exert is neutrality and peace, people. Another chosen one got this one here. Both of them. That's right. You don't need to be super excited. You don't have to force happiness. You don't have to force all these things they're telling you, because it's just not going to work, because you cannot be in that state consistently. Remember again what I said. In order for you to create what you want, you have to have a consistent state of being. The only state of being that you can hold consistently, I mean forever and ever, every single day, is peace and neutrality. All the other states is impossible for you to maintain. You can't be happy all the time. You cannot be excited every day. Those come and go. But yes, you can be in the, what I call it, the I don't care mode every day. You can be in the it is what it is mode every day. You can be in the peace mode every day. You can be in the neutrality mode every day. You can be in the observe but don't absorb mode every single day. If you're in that mode, you're guaranteed to manifest what you want quickly, easily, and effortlessly. Why? Because you are matching the same state that the universe exists in. Well, Mark, if I stay in that state, man, how the universe gonna know what I want? Your thoughts, man. You already told the universe what you want when you think about it, right? That's it. One thought will tell the universe what you want, and you maintain that state every day, or just be in that state, and you will get what you want. People, think about all the times in your life when you didn't care, or it didn't matter, or you didn't give up, but you just like, man, whatever. If it comes, it comes. I don't mind. Boom. Think about that time. Boom. Didn't you get it? That's called the state of normality. That's where the operating system of the subconscious works. That is the present. Someone asked me, man, hey man, how can I be more present? It is what it is. That's how you're in the present. When you don't care and you don't let things, no, listen now, not give up. When you don't care about the particular outcome, when you don't care about the how, when you just let it flow, when you're in the state, when it doesn't affect you, when you're cruising, that's the present moment. That's all the realities exist. So again, that's the only emotion, if you want to call it emotion. Many of us, we're doing the wrong. Many of us are trying to push forth excitement. We're trying to push forth happiness. We're trying to push forth all these things, but we're getting the opposite because the universe doesn't work like that. You work like that. Okay? Your conscious, logical mind work like that. Yes, it is, of course, it's very applicable to put forth the starter. With the starters are like the emotion of feeling happiness or feeling excitement. That's the starter, but that's not going to finish the manifestation, people. You got to start, but you got to finish. So yes, use that starter. But what people do, they try to take the starter and run the whole game. It's going to get tired. I'll use an analogy of sports. Like sports, you have the players, you put the starters in the game. The starters don't play the entire game. They can't play the entire game. If they play the entire game, they're going to get worn out and tired, right? So they gotta have replacements in there. So yeah, use the starter, use the emotion type to jumpstart it, but don't use the start for the entire progress because it's not going to work, man. See how that works? How many people taught you that? You have to go where the science goes. You have to go beyond the normal mind. You have to see the unseen. You have to go into the 99%, which you can't see, but you can see it with your third eye, and you can see it with your subconscious mind. And if you think about this, what I'm teaching you, listen to this. Everything just is. You know that everything just happens and we give labels to it. The universe is just doing its thing. It doesn't exhibit the happiness, all that. You do that. The one frequency that the universe puts out will always be peace and neutrality. Peace and neutrality. That means everything just is. That's the frequency. That's the emotion. Anytime you get into that state, you are guaranteed to have what you want. The reason is because anytime you're in a state of that peace or neutrality, what tends to happen is you bridge out into these infinite realities now, and you allow your superconscious part of the mind going into what we call the field to now pick the particular outcome applicable to your subconscious mind's want or desires, the how. That's what happened. But if you're jamming the signal up by being you're not creating, you're not going to get it. Point blank. Let things be. You cannot force anything. I could even show you the science of forcing stuff, why that works. Okay, first law. Here's something. Let's go science now. You have to know that for everything you create in your life, it takes energy. Okay? We all agree on that. When you go drive your car, it takes energy, it takes fuel. You have your electric car, it takes charge. Anything you do, first law of thermodynamics, everything is energy. It's always transferring from, dissipating from one state to the next. So you got to know that. Okay, so it's energy to create. So now the more energy you put to something, okay, the faster it manifests. You got that? What is the energy of the universe? I'll tell you what it's not. The energy of the universe isn't super excitement. It isn't need. It isn't desperation. That's not the energy of the universe. The energy of the universe is a constant flow state. You have to be in a constant flow state. If you're matching the energy of the universe, you're in the field. You're in what's called the what? The wave duality. Now you have access to all the realities that you want to experience, and that comes forth through your unconscious mind. If you are trying to force or push anything, if you're like doing this and using your logical mind, you are depleting your cells in your body. First of all of us, we have a magnetic field that surrounds us. Okay? If you don't know that, we all have a force field around us. It is how we decode the information that comes into it. That's our energy. That's your gas tank. Your gas tank in your car, you have it on full, right? It's full. You have a field around you, just like a gas tank in your car, man. And this field is around you, right? They can measure this field. Every time you put forth high amounts of emotions, like super excitement, desperation, need, anxiousness, you're depleting that field around you. When that field, just like your gas tank, it goes down and down and down. And when you deplete that field around you, you have less ability to create the more energy you need to bring it in. Now, if you want to keep the field high, you keep your emotions level. I mean, look, all of this is like old school stuff. I mean, my grandmother used to say this to me. I now understand. Your parents probably say that to you. They always say to you, chill, relax. You remember I used to tell you that? Like, why are you running? Why are you hasty? They give you the analogy of the tortoise and the hare. This tortoise just takes his time and gets to the finish line. The hare is like busting out running, gets tired, and by the time he gets closer to the he's tired, the tortoise is just doop, 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 doop. That's the laws of physics in a nutshell right there. Okay, look at some more questions here. See how it works? Hmm. All right, let me get deeper. Let me get deeper to it. Let me get a deeper analogy here, because you may not understand what's going on. Let me get deeper. All right, if okay, okay, but I want to make you understand it. All right, so the laws of physics says that every possible decision you make, one exists. So if there's a decision that exists, you're experiencing it somewhere. So if you're experiencing it somewhere, it means you're predestined to have your desires. If you're predestined to have your desires, why are you rushing? It's already written. You get it? If you are thinking about something you want, and you use the starter, which is the emotion of the energy of feeling excitement, that thing already manifested in the field. It's in the it's in consciousness. Not only is it there, but it's an actual parallel reality that exists. Let's go back to me. The minute I decided I wanted to win the lottery, and I exhibited that feeling of like, man, just getting like my car, it already happened. It's in the field. It was there already. I created it. Back then, I didn't know though. I didn't know too much. I knew a little, but I didn't know as much as I could get getting downloads. Back then, I created my manifestation, but it was in it was in a reality that I didn't tune into yet. But it was there. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Remember, let me point back to you again. 1% of you is royal physical stuff. 99% of you is hidden. You can't detect it with your naked eye or with your ego mind. So that just means because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Okay. Someone says, if that is true, predestination, predetermined, I get a lousy deal. Well, I'll have to tell you this: the universe and reality isn't designed to make sense to you and I. We just have to deal with it. But I would say this about this: when you're predestined or predetermined, you did that. It didn't happen like to you; it happened for you. So someone will say, "Well, man, I'm living this life that I don't like." That's not your predetermined life, my friend. That's your program life. There's two lives you live. You got your predetermined destined life, which is your goals and dreams and desires. That's the one you want because it's in your heart. And then you got your program life, where you get programmed by the matrix through your subconscious mind. So if you're saying to me, I got a lousy life, it's my predetermined life, that's because you're living your program life, man. You got to get out of the program life. When you get out of the program life, you'll live your destiny life. So for all of you out there who think your life is lousy or suck, that means you're living in your program life, people. You have to clean up the program. You got to clean up your subconscious, my friend. Mm-hmm. So, as I was saying, whenever the lottery thing, okay, so there was this reality that I created for the win. Okay? So it was there, but because I can't see the full field, it was undetermined to me, and therefore I spent a lot of time with my ego. You know, my ego would kind of like, man, you gotta buy more tickets. Man, you gotta do this. I didn't have to do any of that because, as you know, it was a $2 quick pick ticket I bought and I won. I didn't have to. I just had to just get into the flow because it was already predetermined or predestined. Someone asked me, how do you do that? How do you get free of your programming? You guys could answer that. Answer this question for my friend here. For Danny Boone. Danny Boone likes to know, how do I get free of the programming? All of you know that. I mean, I teach this on my channel all the time, so I'm sure a lot of you could comment here and show this person how to free himself from the program or the matrix. How do you remove your subconscious? How you clear blocks? How you get your subconscious? Da 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 da. All of you know this stuff. So you can read the comments, my friend. But look, back to the destination thing, the predetermined thing, okay? Now, because I desired that, that meant it was already written in my codex or my DNA. So I'm here to tell you the reason it's not manifesting correctly for you is because you're on the wrong frequency of state of being. All you have to do is just readjust your emotional status. All you have to do is learn to become more flow state, become nothing, become empty, become it is what it is, become neutrality, become peace. Man, who was said the Buddha said this? Buddha said this thousands of years ago, man, and it's so right. That's to show you all these teachers from back in the day, man. They had this stuff down pat. They knew this stuff innately, and you know it too because it's already inside of you. So people say, but Mark, space is empty, man. How am I gonna get something with nothing? No, my friend. Space is never empty. Within the space around you and I right now, they found energy called 0-point energy field. There's so much energy in empty space, man. Let me show you something. If you could take a teaspoon of the 0-point energy field in the space around you, my friend, it can power the entire earth for 10 years. A teaspoon of the 0-point energy field. Go look up 0-point energy field. Space isn't empty, my friend. Now, it goes to show you from nothing came everything. Hence, you have to match the nothing to get everything. And then what happens is when you came into the matrix, man, they shoved a whole bunch of stuff into you. Now let me tell you what your emotions are really for, people. Your emotions are just to help you to survive. That's why you have emotions. That's why you get scared. That's why you get angry. It's fight or flight. They're there to protect your survival. That's how your mind develops emotions. Peace, yes, good emotions. Peace, happiness. But no, let's go to the starter. The starter. Let me tell you. I'm going to tell you the starter emotions, and I'm going to tell you the state of being emotions. The starter emotions are the following: inspiration, happiness, excitement. Those are the starter emotions. The finisher emotions that will get your desire: peace, neutrality, and joy. Those emotions you can sustain consistently all the time. The other emotions: anger, doubt, worry, fear, anxiousness. They're all there as a survival mechanism. They're alerting you that what you want, you're not focusing on it. That's what all emotions are about. They developed when we came into a three-dimensional earth or reality. They're a part of our video game program. That's why you have them. But just because they're part of the program, they're not part of the universal big picture. So that's what I'm showing you. When you got here, you are manifesting that way. And that's why you get a lot of ups and downs. Because with these emotions, they're not sustainable like that. They're going to go up and down. So what I learned from these years of doing this and getting information is the more I trust the process, the more I flowed with the universe, the more I don't really care about the outcome, the more I just let it be peace, the more I just let it be neutrality, the more I got whatever I want. And I said to myself, damn, this can't be that easy. And it proved me wrong again. Every time I said it, it was that easy. It was that easy. I was like, wow. So they really screwed me up. They really screwed me up. Because when I was a kid and I was growing up and I was like, yo, I gotta push, man. I gotta make things happen, man. I don't have to make anything happen. I don't have to make anything. It's already happened. All I have to do is be there for it to happen for me. That's it. I just gotta show up. When I show up, I'm gonna get it. You just have to show up, man. Listen, we're talking about, listen guys, I'm talking about something beyond the conscious mind here. I'm talking about invisibility, spiritual, we're talking about quantum field, we're talking about things that we can't perceive. Just because it's not there doesn't mean it's not there. Okay, you got to remember that. How does string theory relate to this topic? That's a great question. String theory is the epitome of this topic, because here's what happens when you go beyond the particle, the atom, the proton, electron. Now we get to what the universe is made up of, and it says the universe is made up of strings, like these strings are like little vibrating bands of energy, and they're always oscillating, and they oscillate based on what? A frequency. A frequency of up creates physical reality. Frequency of down creates that reality. So they're always constantly like a music thing. They're going up and down, up and down, up and down. So the universe works, the natural state of these strings, okay? They have a natural vibratory state, which is just is. You affect the string by your emotion. So this is how it affects string theory. So if your emotion is like trying and pushing and always, you're going to get a reality where you're trying and pushing and always. But if you follow this, if your emotions are like the strings, which are just chilling, they're just there, man. They're waiting for something to influence them to create a reality. But if they're in their natural state, that means they exist in all simultaneous reality. They're the wave. Remember, wave is what you are now. You're 1% reality. You're 99% probability of existence, people. That's what your true nature is. You are a 1% matter, and you're 99% a wave of possibilities. And your awareness converts a possibility to a probability. The probability turns to an actuality of a physical perceived experience. So if I can match the state of the universe, I must get whatever I want. Repeat that again. If you can match the state of the universe, you must get whatever you desire. Does talking out loud to the field, what is this here? Does talking out loud go out to the field and remain forever? Yes. Every single thing, guys, you cannot erase anything. Everything is in the field. All the knowledge, all the information is never lost. It's in the field. How do you think I get all this information? I get downloads because every knowledge that ever existed from physical beings to alien beings to higher dimensional beings is stored in the field. And then what happens is it downloads to you, and that's how I get these downloads and all these things that happen. I channel this information. It comes to me because it's a library of the field. They call it Akashic Records. In spirituality, it's called the Akashic Records. In quantum physics, it's called the Unified Field. All the memories, everything you put forth, it's there, man. How can I use the law of attraction for profitable in trading? Well, that one I can't. That has to be like a one-on-one thing. I can't, just because it depends on your thing. You guys know I have a coaching program. You can sign up. Although there's a little wait list, but you can get in now. So I can help you if you want to get something like that for your personal goals, etc. All right. How do I get out of the survival mode? All right. That's a great question. How do you get out of survival mode? That's the thing. The survival mode is what's keeping you stuck from your predestination of your dreams. All of you watching this, if this video come across you, I don't care who, if this video comes across you, it means that you're predetermined, predestined for success and all the stuff you want. Every single human being have a form of a goal and a dream. It's there. If you see this, it's a sign, it's a confirmation, because the universe doesn't make any mistake. Mistakes aren't there. Everything is a probability to an actuality of a stuff. Point A leads to point B, to point C, to point D, then to point manifestation. So if you can understand this, you all have that. But what happens is you get here, you're triggered, and you turned into survival mode. And let me show you what puts you into survival mode. Survival mode is a mode. Okay, it's supposed to be a mode now. It's not supposed to be a consistency. What happens is many people get stuck in survival mode. That's what they want. They want you to be stuck in survival mode. How do they keep you stuck in survival mode? The news, the media, peer pressure, people, all the things around you. It's designed, the system, all the things around you is designed for you to stay in survival mode. Let me tell you what happened when you're in survival mode. Stress, cortisol, depletion of the cells. When it's like keeping you, it's like, the best analogy is it's like a druggie. They can keep you doped up so you can't wake up and see the truth. Just keep getting you, drugging you up. Bum, 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 bum. You like this. Okay. Okay, 9 to 5. Okay. I work 30 years, I retire. Okay. I'll go 9 to 5. Okay. Oh, the government say this. It must be true. I gotta listen. No, I can't think for myself. They know more than me. Okay. No. Stop thinking for yourself. You're not good enough to think for yourself. Let the media tell you what to do. Okay. They sure know how to help me. All right. Hey, I mean, if you like that, if you love that, man, go for it. Because reality exists in all those. So if that's what you want, you're free for that because there's a reality that exists. But I'm just showing you the big picture. Okay? So if you don't want to be into that mode, that's the survival mode. Okay? That's every year in a constant day of fight or flight, which is not good for your body. Your body breaks down. You know who? I was watching this guy, man. Bruce Lipton, man. The epidemiology, man. He said something powerful, man. He said, you know what? He said this. He said, hospitals and the health industry and all that stuff, it's a business. If people aren't sick, they can't make any money. Health is a business, man. Think about it. That hit deep. That means they're in the business to make money, and you have to be sick. They're not in the business to teach you to be healthy. You got to learn it on your own. They're not in the business to teach you how your body works. They're in the business to keep you in survival mode, to keep you sick, people. That's true. So the survival mode, what makes survival mode so powerful, because your subconscious adopts that as a map of reality, and then your subconscious will rehearse it for you, 97%. And they do a very good job of this by using what they call subliminal programming, by using the media. That's why I have never, in the past 7 years, I've never seen the news. I haven't watched the news in 7 years. I don't even have turned TV on in 7 years. Only thing I do is watch like stuff, what I do and put forth. That's it. I couldn't even tell you what's happening in the reality world with all that stuff. I don't even know. I'm not even up on the trends or the fashions and all that stuff. I'm not even in there, man. I'm not even on that level because I know what that level is. I'm not on that. I'm on my own stuff. I'm in my own universe, which is where you should be, because that's where you have your freedom and that's where you can live. That's why I say you could be you could be in the world, but not of the world. That's what I mean by that. When someone says, what do you mean? And the Bible says that too. It says you can be in the world, but not a part of the world. I like this. Let's see. Alan Factor Media. This is very good, Alan. Alan says, and this is, I think you guys should listen to this because this is very powerful. Alan says, after 5 minutes, if you cannot control something, you have to let it go. The 5-minute rule. It helps me majorly. I like that. That's true. My motto is this. I'll go one time. If I meet resistance that one time, do you know what I do? Okay. I'll go a second time. If I meet resistance, game over. That's it. So it's not 3 strikes you're out. It's 2. Sometimes it's 1. But the difference between 1 and 2 is the majority of it. If I do something and I get like major setback on the first try, I don't have to go for 2 tries. But if I do it on the first try and I get a little resistance, I say, all right, because my ego could be there preventing something. So I said, let me do. If I get the same thing on the second, that's it. Nope. Bye. The reason why, guys, is because your timeline is already laid out for you. The only thing you have to do, guys, as I said, you just have to show up, man. Show up to receive your desires, because your program is already pre-written. Did you know that everything in this multiverse, right? Every single thing is already happened simultaneously right this moment. That means your entire lifeline from the day of your birth to the middle to, I told this video, you've already died already. You already lived already, and it's happening in this moment, man. So that means your whole lifeline has already been predestined or predetermined by you. Now, remember, I gotta say this: your predetermined or predestined life is something tied to passion, purpose, desire, dreams, goals. Everyone have that, okay? We all have that. Now, here's what happens: your undetermined life is the program life. That program life is tricking you, making you believe that's your predestined life. That's not your predestined life. Your predestined life have to do with experiencing something great. Your undestined life is the one you're living right now, with struggle and lack and in survival mode, because that's generated by our environment where we live at. So when people say, oh man, so is life predestined? I said, yeah. They get sad. I said, why would you get sad? Your life is predestined. Well, look at the bad stuff in my life. I said, that's not your life, man. That's the program life, man. That's the fake program you've got here. So what's my predetermined life? I said, do you have goals? Yeah, I want to do this one day. I said, that's your death? For real? Yeah. So why can't I get it? Because you're focused on the program life. How does that, what do you mean? I don't get it. Okay. When you focus on the program life, your subconscious is going to create more of the program life. Oh, so if I focus more on my desire life, will my subconscious create that desire life? Yes, but there's a but. What do you mean but? But in order for your subconscious to focus on the destined life, you have to change it from the program life. Well, how do I do that? Subliminals, talking out loud, visualizing. Oh yeah, anything else? Most powerful one, be in a state of neutrality, peace. How do I do that? Don't let anything bother you. It's hard, man. So many people affecting me. That's your ego. It's an illusion. How do I get rid of that? Observe it, but don't absorb it. Huh? Why do I do that? You got to make a decision, my friend. That's your free will. You can decide if you want that person to affect your life, or you can decide you don't. I don't care what anybody says. If you let somebody decide to affect you, they have power over you. Oh, I get it now. So if I just focus on like what I want and just don't care about like anything else, how it's gonna come, and I just be chill and I just be positive and I just use the affirmations and I use things to get my subconscious mind and I show my mind what I want, then I'm gonna get my destined life? Yes, my friend. 100% you get your destined life. Wow. Man, how do you know this stuff work, man? Because I don't see any evidence of this. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Remember, you're only 1%. Got proof of this stuff? Yes, let's go to quantum physics. 99% of reality is hidden from us. We know that through the study of the atom and everything else. Oh, man, why did I know this? Why did they show me this on TV, man? Well, why would they want to show you something that give you power? Why would they want to show you something that can take out the power? Reality is a business. The matrix is a business. Business needs to profit, to make money. That's what businesses do. Their business is to keep you control, to profit. You got to create your own business to control yourself. Oh, that's why they learn this in school. That's why they're not teaching any of this stuff. Now it makes sense. You cannot change your fate. Everything is already written. Now, here's what I mean by that. You cannot change your predestined dreams and goals. If you came here to be a star or whatever to do something to contribute. That's called your fate. That must manifest. Okay? There's a but. But if you don't recognize your fate, then you're not going to get it because you're stuck in a program mind. Until you can, and this is where free will comes in, and this is the double-edged sword about this stuff. You're already predestined for success because that's in your heart and mind, in your heart, right? But what happened is, if you don't wake up to realize that you're destined for success, you will live a program life. Now what happens is, you're still going to be destined for success, but guess what? It may happen on the next reincarnation cycle, because if you don't catch it in this life, you'll definitely have to catch it in another life, because you're always going to come back. So it's really up to you to learn, to say, all right, let me catch it in this lifetime. I don't want to catch it in the next lifetime. And you wake up. You will always catch your desires. You will always manifest them. Someone asked me this. How do you recognize your fate, though? A simple question. One question. Is there something that you would like to do in your life that will make you happy? Is there something that you like to do in your life that will bring you contentment, that will bring you peace, that will bring you joy, that will make you feel good? That's your fate. Point blank. Now listen, I didn't say how to get your fate. I just said, what is it that brings you joy? Because joy is that state. What is it that would bring you peace? What is it that will bring you neutrality? When you think about that thing that you want to do in your life, some people say, well, I want to retire early. I want to have my dream home. I want to have my dream job. I want to have my dream this. I want to do this. That's your fate. Oh man, I want to start a sanctuary. I want to create this for people. I want to write my book. I want to do this. That's fate. You're always downloaded with fate. So I'm looking at some questions here in my other thing here. Someone asked me, where does energy originate from? Energy originates from empty space in the field. It's called, well, it's not empty, it's called the unified field. The energy will merge and coagulate. And when that energy merge and coagulate, that's where we perceive the 1% as matter or physical stuff. Someone says, I was born to sing and dance. That's your fate. You know your fate because you know something you're good at. You just can't figure out how to make money with it, right? That's the problem. He's like, I'm good at that, but that's not going to make me any money. And then people give up on their fate because the program life. See, all along, you didn't have to do that. All you have to do is just stay with your fate, stay with what you want, and then your higher God self mind will find a way for you because you are more spirit than you're more human. You're 99% conscious being, consciousness. Okay, let me get in quantum physics. You're 99% a wave, and you're 1% physical matter. So if you don't get that in your head, then I can't help you, man. You have to get that in your head, that you don't never have to figure out how you're going to get your dream or goal. You just have to realize that it is your dream or goal. And then when you realize that's what you want as your dream and goal, and then you get into the state of being to get your dream or goal, that's all it takes. Then all the pieces will line up around it. But again, unfortunately, because of the program and the survival mode program we've been susceptible to, it becomes very difficult to weed through all of that. And the reason why it gets difficult, because we were given an ego. Now, the ego is not a bad thing, guys. The ego serves its purpose to help us survive. But as we evolve, your ego didn't evolve. It stayed the same. That's why they call it the monkey brain. See, as we evolve spiritually, energetically, as you become more heightened, and this is all through your third eye, your subconscious, and your downloads from your higher self, your mind lagged. Your mind stayed behind. Your mind stuck in the Stone Age. Your mind stuck in the survival. Your mind stuck in the limitation. And then when you couple that with the matrix and the program we've been given about competition, about, we have to follow this trend, the system is against you, this, that, And then, oh, I gotta prove this to people. You create so much more stress in your life. And then what happens with stress is in your limbic system has a clock in there. It can turn on, it can turn off. Sometimes the clock gets stuck, and that's when people get stuck in survival mode. And what some of the signs that you're stuck in survival mode is you'll get a lot of anxiety attack, you get a lot of depression, you feel all weak energy. It means your limbic system has been stuck. You have to get it unstuck. So it manifests all types of crazy stuff. Look, if you want to change your reality, people, who said this? The great Nikola Tesla. The secrets of the universe is what? Energy, frequency, and vibration. All right. How many times you look at your phone? How many times you look at? Have you sit there? You don't study your phone, right? You don't study the Wi-Fi system in your house, right? Those are all different wavelengths of light, electromagnetic light wave, infrared, radio waves, gamma waves, all these different waves of light wave. And you can't see all of those waves, but they're penetrating through you because you only can see 1% of it. But someone said, well, if I can't see it, doesn't exist. Nope. If you can't see it, it means it's there, but you just can't see it in your field. Look, most of us, we go through our day, we perceive things in 3 dimension. Okay, that's how our eyes are built. Everything we see is three. But the thing is, there's things constantly flowing and changing around us, around the environment, that we can't detect mentally in our conscious. But your 99% of who you are detects that stuff. It knows that stuff and sends that stuff to you as your intuition. It sends that stuff to you as your dreams. It sends that stuff to you as synchronicity. It sends that stuff to you through other people. But how many people are smart enough to pick this up? So I'm showing you. Is it dangerous to sleep with our phones, or is it made up? I'll put it to you like this. Every single thing around us is flowing through us right now. You can't escape it. So whether you sleep with your phone or you don't sleep with your phone, it doesn't matter. I would just recommend, if you're gonna sleep with your phone, just at least put your phone let your phone be at least 6 feet away from you. Don't sleep right next to your phone. That's all I can say. Because you can't escape the energy of all this stuff. They're there since the Industrial Revolution started. Since technology, we've been bombarded with all these different energies. Hey Mia, thank you Mia for the $4.99. I manifested something, and now I finally have it. But it feels I'm constantly pushing to make it last. Any advice? I'm scared to let go. That's the thing. You have to let go because it will work out for you. It already has worked out for you. That's what I'm showing you. That's one of the survival mode right there, when you're constantly pushing to make it last. You don't have to make anything last. It's already lasted. There's nothing here. It's all nothing. You're not here. I'm not here. We're just waves. We're just seeing this as fantasy, as a dream. Our minds are creating this. There's nothing to fix. Nothing has ever been broken. The matrix give you the illusion of things being broken. So if you want to make something last, just don't focus on it. What I mean by focus on it, don't put your attention on trying to make it last. Just let it go and say it's going to last, and it will last because you're in the flow with the universe. Look, I'm going to tell you why this is a hard concept. This is so hard for you to understand. I'm going to tell you why it's so hard for you to understand, okay? But here's why it's so hard for you to understand. Right here, it's called your prefrontal cortex. That's the intellect mind. In the intellect mind, it deduces, it logicalizes, it watches. And so where do you live? You live in a 3D world. How do you base your beliefs? On the experiences of your 3D world. If you don't see something or experience something, the intellect mind cast it out as, here's what it does: superstition, metaphysics, conspiracy, doubt, dumb stuff. Your intellect mind does that. The intellect mind does that because it cannot see that reality, and you can't blame it, because that's how it helps you. It says, hey man, I can only do what I can do, bro. I get this stuff about the infinite realities and all that, but man, I'm trying to understand this, man, but one thing I get you with, you got me with the science. So I know it exists, but I don't care right now because I got to live this 3D world. So I'm only going to show you what I've seen with my own eyes, what I experienced with my own self, and that's all I can give you, bro, or sister, or my friend. I hear what you're saying, and I know it's there, but again, I just can't do it, man. That's what it tells you. That creates just enough doubt for you to not see this stuff. You can't blame your ego. It's just it's capped out. It's, I don't know, the best analogy I could give you. Okay, let's use a horse and a donkey. A thoroughbred. A horse is genetically predisposed or determined for fast and speed. A donkey is more for like carrying, right? You can't put them together in a race, man. The horse, a donkey's looking at you like, why are you looking at me? He's a horse. He's supposed to do that. I'm a donkey. I can't do that. What are you doing? That's how your ego works. Your ego's like, why are you looking at me, man? I can only perceive about 10% of this stuff, man. So, you know, you got to go figure the other stuff out for yourself. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. So if you want to listen to me, good. If you don't want to listen to me, you got to find your own way. And what most people do, they listen to their ego because they think when the ego says find your own way, they feel lost. They're like, man, I don't think I can do this without my mind, man. I need my mind. You know, look, my mind been helping me. No, you have your mind haven't. Your mind is your greatest hinderer, man. Your mind's not your helper, man. Your mind's your hinderer if you know how to use it the right way. I always tell people, I said, look, your mind is a tool, people. You know what a tool is something you take up, man. Look, a tool. See this pen? This pen is a tool. Look, I hold the pen. I'm using the pen. If I let the pen go like by that, the pen can't do anything. What do the pen need? It needs a starter. It needs energy. Look, my hand, that's energy. Boom. I pick it up. I initiate the pen. The pen by itself cannot do anything. The mind by itself cannot do anything. The mind needs somebody to absorb. Okay, I lost connection there. So, let me see. Rotate device. All right. Okay, rotate device. Oh man, I got my stuff here. The Matrix trying to stop Mark. It's the internet's trying to stop Mark. This is the signal here. I'm gonna put it back up on my thing here. Right, okay, so what else going? Yeah, the pen, right? Look, the pen, see the pen? That's the same thing with your mind. Your mind can't do anything without an influencer or an observer. And if you're gonna like use your mind, you gotta use it as a tool. It means that you have to direct the mind. Don't let the mind direct you. The mind's an intellect mind. So the intelligent mind will always attempt to override you. Billy Carson is a woken man. He's awoke. He's woken. He knows this stuff. He's on another level too. He teaches you about the origins of our life, of where we come from, the origin of all of this stuff. Billy Carson does teach you that stuff. All right. Yeah. Hopefully you're getting better signal. But that's the point about all this. So you got to get into that state what I talk about. When you're in that state, that's when you're gonna get it. Greg Braden's another one. Greg Braden's good too. Yeah, Greg Braden. But you know, the thing I want you to think about, the thing I want you to really think about, that's going to really separate you from all of this stuff, is the fact that there are these multiple worlds that, just like this one you're living in, just as real as this one. All of this. And you are living there somewhere already. You're like already living there. And because you're already living there, all you have to do is tune in. This is a tune in. We're here to tune stuff in. We're not here to like get stuff done. You're just here to tune stuff in. I agree with you. Patriarch says emotions are amplifier, but they must be channeled properly. And that's correct. Look, guys, you must always remember this. Follow the laws of the universe. If you follow the laws of the universe, you will always get your desires. Don't follow the laws of man. Don't follow the laws of the matrix. Don't follow the laws of what they're telling you. Follow the laws of what you can feel and what you can see. Not with your two eyes. What you can see with your third eye. What you can see with your subconscious mind. What you can see with your eyes. And when I talk about what you can see with your higher mind, it's not talking about physically. I'm talking about when you can get dreams, when you can see intuition, when you can get this feeling. All these things are what you should follow. You got to follow what feels right for you, not what they tell you is right, not what they tell you you should do. Because what they tell you should do is not what you're going to do. I always tell you this. Everything they teach you and tell you, it's backwards. It's not the authentic stuff. It's not the reality anymore. It's just a three-dimensional thing that they've been accustomed to. That's right. You're here to manipulate your energy. And you are not, I got to stress this because, listen, you got to get this in your head, man. You got to get, the you see right now, you go in your mirror, right now, and you go look at yourself. You go in the mirror and you go look at yourself. You're looking at 1%. That's only one. Look, guys, that's one. You're 1%. 99% of you is the energy field. Okay? How do you stay in the unconscious mind? By being in a state of flow and neutrality and peace. That's the subconscious mind's language. Flow, neutrality, and peace. Because to the subconscious mind works in unison with the universe, the multiverse. The subconscious mind is like, it is what it is. The universe says it is what it is. Okay? So when your subconscious mind says it is what it is, and the universe says it is what it is, voila, that's the secret to manifest. Damn, it's like, oh man. So my subconscious mind like sees everything normal, and then reality just is what it is. Well, how do I know reality is what it is? Well, it makes sense. I mean, things just happen, but we give them meaning, right? So everything really has no meaning, you would say. It's just like it is. So if it has no meaning, doesn't no meaning have a meaning? Because nothing. Okay, so no meaning is empty, right? Yeah. So what is emptiness like? Doesn't. So Mark, you say everything has to give off an emotion. I say, yeah. Well, then I'm confused. Aren't emotions like happiness, excitement, all that stuff? Yeah. So you're telling me that like nothingness is an emotion? I'm like, yeah. So what is that? Peace, neutrality, flow state. That's an emotion? Yeah, that's an emotion. Why is that an emotion? And why is that the most powerful emotion? I thought like happiness, all that stuff, excitement and positivity, love and all that. Those are powerful emotions, right? Yeah, but those are powerful emotions. But there's even more powerful than love is peace, neutrality, and flow. Well, how can that be? Well, because the thing about the universe, guys, and your subconscious mind loves to take the path of least resistance. The universe loves to take the path of least resistance. When you have, well, I gotta put another one in there, faith. When you have faith, when you have peace, when you have neutrality, that's the path of least resistance. There's not much energy you gotta put into that stuff. You just let it go, let it be. There's someone say like water. If you can let it be, that's the most powerful emotion. because then you're entangled with the universe. You're not depleting, you're not pushing. Remember what I said about emotions. Emotions are important. I said this before. Emotions, the main emotions should be your starter. When I start my car, when I start my car up, that's my excitement. That's my happiness. That's the it. When I drive the car, that's the peace, that's the neutrality. When I start my car, I don't drive my car with the excitement, all that stuff. It just doesn't work like that. You gotta have the starter, you gotta have the finisher. I make this very simple for you to understand. Yeah, stop pointing the finger at everybody. Stop. You don't have to point the finger at the government. You don't have to point at all of that. It's designed. It's your mind telling you that. Don't do any of that. You know that you can deliberately create in this 3D world because you are not of the 3D. You're part of it. You're not in this world. You're being projected here. You're a projection through only this one by one. See that listen, let me tell you how tricky this is. And this is why lack is more prevalent than abundance. So why it's so hard for you to see abundance? Why is it so hard for you to see the stuff you want? It's because what we see is what we think we get. What you see is this amount of the entire spectrum. So imagine that 99% of the stuff you can't see the true abundance of the universe. That's why your mind is capped. That's why your mind only can see so much. And that's why you believe that, because your brain tricks you. Your brain says, that's all I can see. But I'm here to tell you, don't believe that. Is when you believe it, you shall see it. It's not when you see it, you believe it. That making sense? How can I act wealthy without being it yet? Yes. Okay, another tip here. We live in a act as if multiverse, universe. When I wanted the car, I desired the car, and I wanted to win the lottery, I desired to win the lottery. You know what I did? I act as if I already got it. How did I do that? Well, y'all know the story. I went on and I bought a damn steering wheel cover for a car I didn't know I was going to get. I was prepared for what I wanted. So if you want to be wealthy and all that, you got to act as if you have it already. Whatever that is in your terms. For me, I bought a steering wheel cover for my car. I didn't even have the car. It was like 9, 10, 11, 12 months away. I didn't know I was going to get it. But I went ahead and I bought it. So that's what you have to do. It's about faith and acting that. So if someone asks me the question, you got to play the part. You live in this. Look, guys, this is a movie. Play your part, man. Hey, Mark. Oh, 77. Thank you. Congrats on your 100,000 subscribers. Yeah. You know, let me tell you a story on that. Somebody messaged me on WhatsApp and said, congrats, you have 100,000 subscribers. I said, what? I looked and I see, I don't even count the subscribers. I don't look at the stuff. Every now and then I'll see it. I'm aware of it, but it's not. I didn't know I was over 100,000 subscribers. But yeah, it's a good thing. It just is. It's good. It means that it's reaching the collector. It's reaching who it's supposed to be. Oh, that was you. That was who's this? Okay, is that what you that messaged me and said congrats on that? And then I checked the channel. I said, oh man, it's 100,000 subscribers. That's cool. I got it a few days ago. Okay. Yeah, I noticed it now. What does it mean? Do you get an award for or something? I guess it's a big thing. Anyway, yeah, we live in an act as if multiverse. I want to say universe, multiverse. So the key is, and listen now, to act as if means, I'm gonna show you how it all comes together, right? Show how this stuff come together. I'll go back to my thing, man. I look at my journey, my story. So when I got the steering wheel cover and the mats, I didn't think too big. I just put it in my room, in my closet, and I was like, yeah, one day, I'm gonna be having this in my car. See, I didn't know, but I was in the flow state back then. See, I didn't realize that. So, I was like, okay, so this is what it is. I just buy it. I like the motto. Here's the motto I like. it's not my motto, but I heard it before. But it works good. It's called "Set It and Forget It." Set it. Okay, there's a commercial back in the day when they had that. It's like I think it was like this cooking thing where they put these things in. Just set it and forget it. It'll cook automatically. That's the nature of the universe. You set your intention. You desire your intention, and you forget about it. Meaning that you go on with your life. You watch it from behind the scenes. I'm like, because this is a movie now. I'm gonna tell you, this is your own movie, so I'm watching it from behind the scenes. Yeah, 100K, that's good. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's cool. 100,000 subscribers, that's nice. But guys, honestly, I really don't care about that stuff. You know that. I mean, it's good to get 100,000 subscribers. That's good. But I just care about more like this, putting information. I get downloads to put out there. But it's good. So, yeah, man. So yeah. Someone says, but does it acting in the future mean you're constantly keeping it in the mind? Well, interestingly, there is no future. When you act as if, that's not the future. It's the present. Because when you act as if, your subconscious, now remember, when you act as if, you're targeting your subconscious. Your subconscious doesn't have any awareness of the past or the future. That only exists in your thinking mind. So even if you're acting as if, and your thinking mind is telling you it's the future, it's incorrect, my friend. When you act as if, your subconscious mind is more impressed, so it thinks it's happening now. Therefore, you eliminate future. There is no future. Anytime you act as if, you automatically bypass your conscious critical divide and you enter the subconscious, because the subconscious is illogical, and anything you're doing or acting like, it believes is happening. And I can give you a great proof of this. Whenever you go to the movies and you're watching a movie, even though the movie is fake to you, into your mind, your subconscious is not fake. When the character screams or jump, you scream or jump. When it's getting scary, you sweat. Your body and your cells think it's happening for real. So when you're acting as if, your mind thinks it's happening for real, which means it can only happen in the present moment. So you got to get that distinction. Your mind will tell you, hey, you're acting as if this isn't going to happen. That's incorrect. You're more impressed in your subconscious when you act as if. No matter how illogical it seems. I had one person, and she wanted to manifest a Maserati. It's one of my clients, right? And I told her, I said, look, you got to do this stuff. I gave her some tools and some tips to do. And she sent me a picture. And she had a Toyota Corolla, which nothing's wrong with a Toyota Corolla, okay? Nothing's wrong. It's what you want. And you know what she did? She took a paper, like a plain white paper, and on a Corolla, she put the Maserati symbol and pasted to her steering wheel. Okay? She's pasted to the steering wheel. She sent me a picture. And I looked at the picture and I was like, yep, you're going to manifest that. She had a Corolla. And then in 4 months, she had a pearl white Maserati. I think it was Tribuna, one of those ones. She manifested the Maserati. She acted as if. She put a plain paper on a thing. That's how illogical your subconscious mind is. That's what reality is. It's all made up. It's whatever you put. And that's why you got to get out of your own ego. Your mind says, oh man, that's a bunch of crap. What are you doing with a piece of paper on it? You know damn well that's not a Maserati. That's your ego saying that. But your subconscious mind doesn't know, man. Look at me. I bought a steering wheel cover and a mat for something. My mind was eating me up. Like, bro, what are you doing? How can you manifest winning the lottery without focusing on how? Look, you don't win the lottery is very simple. There's not a how you're going to win the lottery. You know, if you buy the ticket, that's the how. The lottery is about when, and that's what you leave that alone. So without focusing on the how, it just automatically can't be a how. Because if you buy a ticket, that's the only way you're going to win the lottery, right? The thing is now when, right? So no how and when, just leave that out of the equation. Now, the thing about the lottery is, when you do the lottery, leave the probability of the multiverse open so you can get the lottery from different sources. Don't close it to one universe. Open it to the multiverse. When I play my lottery and do my stuff, I don't just focus on the lottery. I just focus on the end of what I want the lottery, what the money is, whatever it is, whatever. Focus on that. Like, what is the goal? So the universe can deliver it to you. It could come through the lottery, or it could come to another lottery. Maybe you can get inheritance, whatever. But I'm just showing you, just leave it up to it. Just see what you want in the end. Don't go with your ego and don't be stubborn. and say, this is it. Now, writing checks to yourself, act as if. There you go. See, there's different ways you can act as if. Who did that? Jim Carrey did that, right? How can you do that if you don't have a car? You can get a toy car. Say you can get a car. If you don't have a car and you want a car, buy the Hot Wheels, buy a version of the car you want. There's a car. Or you can buy a car key and put it on your regular keys. Your subconscious mind sees that. Oh, I want a car. My manifest a car. Why does this guy have a key, but he has a car key but no car? That's what your conscious mind is seeing. But your subconscious is seeing, where's the car? I gotta go get the car, man. Remember, your subconscious must prove to you what you want. So the subconscious says, I gotta make the reality match. I gotta get this girl or guy a car. He has the key. That's how your subconscious mind thinks. Your conscious mind doesn't think like that. Your conscious mind says, you know damn well you ain't got no car. Please stop playing. That's good. Let it stay that way. Your subconscious mind now says, my goodness, we have a car. Hurry up, let's go get this car. And you manifest a car. You have a toy car? He doesn't know the difference. Oh, you have a car? Oh man, I gotta go get this girl a car. Subconscious mind says, that piece of damn toy, man, put that away. Conscious mind says that. Subconscious mind says, we have a car. And you keep looking at that every day. Remember, the language of the subconscious mind is what? Images. So I keep looking at that every day, put it on your dresser every time, and you buy it. Before you know it, you have a car. The reason why people don't do this stuff is because they fall into their conscious logical mind, because it doesn't understand reality. Reality is illogical. Your subconscious mind is your conscious mind is logical. Your subconscious is illogical. If I listen, I say anything, man said to me, ain't no damn way you're gonna win the lottery, you're gonna buy that car, bro, please. That's 2 miracles. You ain't gonna get even one of those. That's what the logical mind said to me, but I was illogical. I told you before, you gotta be built differently, man. You gotta develop a little delusion. If I wasn't a little delusion, I wouldn't have done what I did. Let me tell you something. The big ones, the great ones, the most successful ones, the ones that are the top achievers, the groundbreakers, the trendsetters, you know what they all have in common? They are delusional. They are more delusional. They think delusionally. They think too big. They think beyond the regular people. And they think so big that the regular people call them crazy. It's crazy. That'll never work. Crazy. You can't make that. Crazy. You can't build a thing that's gonna fly. I told that to the Wright brothers. It'll never happen. That's for birds. Crazy. You can't build a computer. You can't build a phone. You can't build da-da-da. They call you crazy. But what happens when you manifest and create? What do they call you? Genius. Man, you were a genius for thinking that. Wow, I would never thought. I'm glad you did that. Point is, that's what I'm showing you. People are fickle. Don't care about people. Either way, they're gonna tell you crazy or that. You don't care. It's your world. It's your dream. You live it, man. You do it. Well, I remember the reason I did this because I told one person at my job when I was working my job. Thank you, Ms. M. Why does it seem that it's easier to manifest negative things than happy? Because we're synaptically wired for negative things from growing up. We see that, so our brains create neural pathways, and we're more able to manifest and things we don't want easier because there's already a channel in the brain that's set for that. To create the things we want, we have to recondition, we have to create new neural networks. That's why it takes work and practice to do this stuff. But that's why we manifest things a lot. We don't want easier because we've been seeing that our whole life and it became synaptically tuned in our brains. But look, I want to talk about, so when I was going to win the lottery, I told this guy at my job, and he wasn't into this stuff or anything. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna win this ticket. I'm gonna buy this M3 car. And the guy, I remember the look on his face, and he turned around and he looked at me like I was crazy, man. And then he started laughing. He's like, all right. And he said, and I'm president of the United States. That's what exact words to me. He said just like that. But what he didn't know was, guess what? He was president of the United States in another reality. Laws of physics says that. In a quantum, in a multiverse, he was already president. See that? How what you don't know, people think I'm crazy? But theoretically, technically, he was president. When I told the guy, I looked in his face and I was like, I remember the look on his face too. I was like, okay. I was cool. And then he was there when I won. A year up to a year later, he was in there. And when I told him I won, the look on his face now was a different look. He thought it was crazy. Then it became like unbelievable. But my point is this: don't listen to people. Don't tell people what you want to do if they're not there, because once you learn the laws of physics in the universe, all of this don't care, because you know have the power. See, I didn't care. I don't care, because I know how this stuff works now. No one can tell me anything like, oh, I can't do that, because my experience became my truth. So I'm teaching you that you got to understand that whatever people are telling you, it's BS, because they don't know. Because listen, I'll say this before, then I got to wrap this up. No two people can see the same reality, because each person is seeing from a conscious perspective, from a fractal. They see things different. So when they look at you and they think and say you're crazy, it's just that they're just not in your reality. They just can't see it. Just like that guy looked at me years ago and says, we're in two different realities, literally. Even though we're occupying the same space-time, but we're in different realities. And that's what I'm showing you. You exist in a different reality because your consciousness is in one space-time, and you can manifest in that reality, which brings it into the same space-time world where both people will see the same stuff. So that's what I'm showing you. So I couldn't blame him now looking at it, but he just couldn't see it. And that's why some people can't see it. Right? And with that, I'll have to see you guys another time. See ya.